No. Hey guys, this is Ben. Yeah, there's a lot of bags. This is Ben. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going through these storage bags that I bought from Australia for my Land Cruiser. Holding all that is exhausting. So if you know me, you know I'm a little bit of a gear nerd, and I like things that are functional, I like things that work, and these bags from Australia are awesome. I bought ones that work for the space in my Land Cruiser, but if these ones don't work for you, there's a ton of options for you to buy, and the shipping to the US is actually pretty reasonable because they're pretty small and packable. I didn't really pay a ton in shipping, and I find these bags really useful, and hopefully it kind of gives you some exposure to this company if you haven't heard of it. If you're in Australia, you've probably heard of this company, but outside of Australia, I'm not sure how well known they are. But because they're not super expensive to begin with and the shipping's pretty reasonable, I'd figure I'd just kind of share them because I haven't really been able to find bags and all sorts of kind of different canvas solutions that fit my needs as well as the ones from this company. So I'm just going to walk you through each bag that I got and what purpose it serves. Okay, so this right here is the Storage Bag XL. And it's got this MOLLE webbing, as you can see on the outside of it. I use it for the spoons here, and then I've got a little Leatherman on the side here. It's in a little MOLLE pouch and then just a lighter there. But I use this bag to keep all my freeze-dried meals. So it's just got these zippers on the side here. It's got two of them, which is nice. It's got these little loops here on the top if you need to secure anything. And then on the inside here, it's got this net pouch and a little buckle there to secure as well. And then you've got these dividers here, which are actually pretty useful. So I use these for my freeze-dried meals. Here's a really old gas station coffee cake. I should probably throw that out. That's gross. But yeah, I use it to separate my freeze-dried meals. So I've got like generally like things I like to eat for lunch, things I like to eat for dinner, things I like to eat for breakfast, and then desserts as well. It's just a really functional storage bag. I had a cheap Amazon one that we were using, but it wasn't rigid like this one is. So I really like this because all these dividers, the outside walls and everything, you could store stuff on top of it if you want, but it's just a really rigid storage bag. So I really like it. I like the MOLLE on the outside. This is super practical. I just keep this in the trunk. So that is the Storage Bag XL. Okay, so these next ones are the same bag, just in different colors. These are the first aid grab bags. And I use them both for pretty different purposes, but you know, just because it says first aid doesn't mean I have to use it for first aid, but this one I do use for first aid. So this is my first aid bag here, and basically I have a trauma kit here, a boo-boo kit, and then a dog first aid kit, as well as a SAM splint. Nothing really crazy going on in here, just trying to, you know, if anything really bad happens, hopefully I've got what I need to fix it in here. I do sometimes carry a little bit more detailed first aid kits, just kind of depends on what the situation calls for. But I really like this. This is got the clear top here, and the zippers are pretty strong, and it's got the grab handles on both sides of the bag. So super easy to grab. I just keep it under a bungee, and then I can just easily pull it out if I need it. And then this one here is kind of like, I just call it my Jetboil bag, but basically coffee or any like freeze-dried meal making is all in here. So you see another Drifta product here. This is the Drifta Jetboil bag. And inside this, I keep my Jetboil. And the only thing about this one is I wish I got the mesh top one, because the Jetboil is not always exactly dry when you put it away. So I usually just keep this kind of cracked. I guess I could like poke holes in it or something if I wanted to. But if you were getting one of these Jetboil ones, I'd probably recommend getting the mesh top one. I kind of thought it would be cool to have the clear top one for this one, but I would probably get the mesh top here. So that, you know, if it's wet inside here, it can kind of air out properly. And then looking further in this bag, I've got a mesh cutlery, is what this one is called. And I keep my coffee in here. It just kind of fits well in here. I just keep various coffee things in there. So that works out pretty good. And then in the rest of this bag is just my Jetboil fuel, some coffee mugs. So if I ever need to make coffee or freeze-dried meal, this is the bag that I go to. And then I'll just, if it's a freeze-dried meal, I'll just grab it from the storage bag. But I like keeping these things easily accessible. So if, we're out on the trail and we just need to have like a quick trail meal or something like that, I can just pull this out. I don't have to shuffle through a bunch of things. And it keeps it pretty simple. All of these bags, by the way, are super high quality. The stitching on them is really good. The canvas material is awesome. And I really enjoy their products, honestly. They're really good for the price that you buy them for. And then, like I said earlier, the shipping's not really that expensive. So I'll move on to the next things that we got going on here. So kind of keeping with the cooking theme, this is just another one of the mesh cutlery bags. So if I'm cooking, like actually using my camp stove and cooking, then I just hop in here and I've got, spatula, cutting board, knives. And then this one particularly helps being mesh for this purpose, obviously, because, you're cleaning dishes, you put them back, and there's going to be a little bit of moisture in there. You don't want to seal it all up. So the mesh just kind of lets it breathe out here. So this next one is super practical. This is my cast iron cover. I think it's called a fry pan cover on their website. But basically I have my Lodge cast iron in here, and it keeps it from, cast irons, no matter how hard you try to clean them and everything, they've still got a little bit of grease or grit or whatever on them. And it's really nice just to keep them inside this canvas bag. My Lodge, I believe it's a 10-inch cast iron, fits in here perfectly. Okay, so these next two are the same bag. These are the half-height drawer bags. And these are awesome. So I keep these in my storage netting. That's like over the trunk area here. I'll roll some B-roll of it. So with these ones, they're pretty skinny and not too tall, but they've got a fair amount of space in them for smaller things or very packable things. So in here, this is kind of my like electronics stuff that is not necessarily camera gear, but it's just other stuff that I want to keep. So like chargers, a headlamp, my thermocell for the mosquitoes, another light, my mattress inflator, a light here too. So just all sorts of stuff. And then I keep a little storage thing down here for like USB cables and stuff like that. And then in the other half-height drawer bag, I keep my cold weather gear and my rain gear. So this is really nice because a lot of my stuff just packs down, pretty compact. So I'm able to roll it or, stuff it or whatever. And it just kind of fits in this half-height drawer bag pretty decently. This bag's super quality too. It's got a pretty thick layer to it. I keep coat in here, raincoat, hats, gloves, a spare sleeping bag liner just in case it's a little bit colder than I anticipated. But yeah, this is the other half-height drawer bag, and I really enjoy both of these half-height drawer bags. I think they're super practical, and if you have drawers, it's a no-brainer, obviously. But even if you don't have drawers, like I just have the shelf that I put them up on, and they work great for that. So these are definitely one of the favorite ones that I've got so far. This one right here is a tool roll. These are obviously pretty common. You can find tool rolls all over the place. I have a Carhartt tool roll as well, but I like this one. This was on sale when I bought it because it was like a faulty one where it has these clear spots for the tools, and I guess these didn't come out quite as clear as they want. They were a little bit opaque, but it doesn't bother me at all. So I bought these on sale as a pretty good deal. This is great for all sorts of tool organization. It's got 5 of these storage slots here. And then it just rolls up, and it's pretty easy to put away. So I really like tool rolls. A lot of people like tool rolls, obviously. And if you don't have a tool roll, get a tool roll. This one here is a propane tank cover, but this kind of serves as a good example of maybe be a little bit careful before you buy things from other countries, because Australian propane tanks are not the same size as US propane tanks. So this propane tank in particular is like a Ignic, 5-pound propane tank. So I kind of found one that I thought would fit, but then I had to do some modifications. So I had to kind of rip the edges, and then I just wrapped some duct tape around it to keep the bare fabric from being exposed. There's a few products like this that if it's coming from Australia, you just want to be wary of. So I got the toilet paper roll holder, and I got the paper towel dispenser. And the paper towels from Australia are not the same length as the paper towels from the US. So if you want to fit those in there, you've actually got to cut off a little bit of them because they're different length paper towels. So if you're going through and there's stuff like this where it's like propane tank, paper towel, kind of like things that are meant for specific things, just maybe double check that it actually fits whatever the size of that item is in your country. But overall, this is fine. It just kind of covers the propane tank. This is the Caravan Dirty Shoe Bag. But it's just a mesh bag with a PVC bottom right there, as you can see. and you can basically use this for whatever you want. So I like the mesh bags for anything that's wet, and so with this, what I do is I store my shower hoses in it for the Jewel Camp shower. So these are just all the shower hoses from the Jewel Camp shower, and then the shower mat that I stand on. And these are always wet when I put them away. I made the mistake last year, this is so stupid, I put them in a Pelican case and then closed the Pelican case for the winter and then opened it, and everything in there was all moldy, and I was like, oh, what the hell? So, I had to like clean all that, and it was just a mess. So I just keep these in a mesh bag now, and then it's not as heavy and awkward to carry as a Pelican case. And then also, it's just a lot more practical because it can air out everything that's in here. So this is kind of the last item here that I want to show you. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the video for you guys today. I really like Drifta gear. It's not super expensive, and the shipping outside of Australia is really not that bad either if you're getting like smaller canvas things that are easily packable and they can just kind of squeeze them in there. My favorite one's probably the storage bag that I use for my freeze-dried meals. That's a super quality product. And then I really like the half-height drawer bags and the first aid grab bags that I have as well. But go check out their website. They have a ton of different bags that suit all sorts of needs, different canvas products. They're always coming out with new stuff. If you follow them on Instagram, I can tag them below. But the owner, Luca, is always like he's a real hands-on guy. It's really cool. And they're always like inventing new stuff, coming up with different solutions for all sorts of things. So I really like them as a company, and I really enjoy their bags, and they make just really quality canvas products. So I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'll always be honest with you if I'm sponsored by anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm a really small YouTube channel. But yeah, I just like buying their stuff. So they do run sales pretty often too. So if you're looking for coupon codes online, there's a few out there, and then they run sales as well. I'd really recommend their stuff. It's good quality stuff from Australia, and I am hungry, so I'm gonna go make dinner. But yeah, that was just kind of it for you guys today. Pretty short video. So if you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, share around, and we'll catch you on the next one.